Errol Spence Jr., Terence Bud Crawford in the books. Bud Crawford puts on a virtuoso performance, defeating Errol Spence Jr. in 9. But the fight really ended in the second round. In this video, a little bit of film study. Stick around because this is going to be the most important part of this fight, how it played out and why it was decided really in the second round. This is your boy JG. This is the Punch Report. Let's go. Like I said before, y'all, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy JG. This is the Punch Report. Let's get right into it. So we know that this fight was called off by the ref in the 9th round, but this fight actually really ended in the second round. I do have a video clip that I want to show you guys. I'm going to slow it down, but it's going to be a short clip because it's a fresh pay-per-view. You can get your channel, your video bit for this, but it's a short but important clip. Before I get to that clip, I want to make an observation. So I did a video earlier this morning. I did a live last night, but your boy was a little bit sauced up. Now I got my head on straight. And one of the observations that I made early in the fight, in the first round, the clip that I'm going to show here in a minute will be of the second round, is when Bud Crawford went very offensive with his jab, the speed of the jab, and there may have been a discrepancy in speed initially, but whatever Bud Crawford and his team decided in camp, they made a decision to prepare for Errol Spence Jr. on every level. I'm not, shout out to Derek James and shout out to Errol Spence. I'm not talking shit. I'm not certain that they prepared for a Bud Crawford. Bud fought to beat Errol. Bud wasn't just Bud, and Bud fought a style that would beat Errol Spence Jr. They had a very, very dialed-in game plan, and when I get into the clip, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But going back to this jab, he threw one jab, it didn't even land on Errol, and I said, oh my God, this is problematic. He didn't even land the shot, but it was so crisp, so clean, it was overtly offensive. Not the bait jab where you take a step back and you kind of pump it and then draw the opposition and then land a counter shot. It was very, very obviously offensive, this jab was, and it was with pretty legit, I won't say blinding speed, like who's a real burner that just got crazy hand speed anyway. But it was fast and decisive. Now, let's get into the clip right now. Just right before I put it up, the reason why this fight was over in the second round was Bud Crawford's, one, his jab, his ability to control and manipulate Errol Spence Jr. offensively and deliberately. Typically, he's just going to wait, be patient, wait for a guy to make a mistake and draw him in. He created the scenario that resulted in, after that, 8 rounds of punishing work that stifled Errol Spence Jr. Let's get in the clip right here. Like I said before, it is a very short clip. I will slow it down so you can see it. What you're going to see is an exchange of jabs. You're going to see a couple miss, couple land, whatever the case may be. But I want you to pay attention to Errol's reaction to this jab to the body that Bud Crawford lands. He lands a nice, crisp jab to the body. It stops all of the momentum from Errol Spence Jr. Now he's walking in front and waiting. He's not cutting off. He's not closing intelligently. He's just standing in front of Bud Crawford, a sharpshooter, and waiting. This was the sequence right before the first knockdown. So I'm going to put the clip in one more time just so you can see this jab to the body and what it did to Errol. So when you set something like that up, essentially what you're doing is you're taking away options and momentum from the opposition. This is very similar. If you guys go back, you don't have to believe me, go back and watch this. In a way, when he fought Fulton, had a gorgeous jab to the body. I think, like I mentioned before, he landed like 105 jabs through 4 rounds. And Fulton was supposed to be the guy with the sharp jab, crispy, and do his thing. He took away mobility options for Errol Spence Jr. He dictated where the fight would take place. Errol Spence did not adjust. I would like to see him really go the more mean machine route. Be patient. Wait for Bud to commit some stuff forward, more than a jab. Make him come into your space, and then you can kind of get off on your counter shots as well. He did a little bit of that well, but obviously not enough to get the job done. It was Bud's jab and Bud's ability to control and manipulate Errol Spence Jr. by fighting off rhythm, using the jab upstairs, and then stabbing to the body and stopping the forward momentum of Errol Spence. You don't want to lead with your face or body anyway, and Errol Spence was doing a bit of that, and he's gotten away with it. You want to really put that spear out there, that jab that he does have and possess, and make it difficult for your opposition to set stuff up. Bud Crawford took all of that away by being offensively aggressive and putting off-rhythm jabs on Errol and stifling his offense completely. This is your boy JG. This is the Punch Report. Like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified. And before I go, I want to send a special shout out to my man Banks Law. We've been going back and forth over this fight for over a year. And the reason why I'm shouting him out is he was one of the only people, a few others did, but consistently one of the only people that gave me boxing reasons why Bud Crawford would win. No emotional stuff. No, Errol's a bitch. No crazy stuff like that. Boxing reasons why. I have my reasons why I feel like Bud Crawford could have success. Some of the main things I stated, he didn't even really have to get into those things because the game plan they set forth to be offensively aggressive, step forward, and shut down Errol's momentum was more than enough. This is your boy JG, we out.